Question 21, starting with the smallest, put these in order. Now, whenever you've got fractions with different denominators, the first thing we need to do is make them all have what's called a common denominator. Make them all out of the same thing. Make them all have the same bottom number. And it's always easier to turn the two smaller denominators into the larger one. So we've got a 30. So we're going to try and turn this 15 into a 30. We're going to try and change the 5 into a 30. So let's see how we can do that. Well, to get from 15 into 30, that's easy. We're just going to double it. And to get from 5 into the 30, that's easy. We're going to times by 6. Now, once you've how to change the bottom numbers both into 30, you've got to do exactly the same on the top numbers. So if in this one, the connection is times 2, you need to do times 2 at the top. 2 times 2 gives you 4. So now we're dealing with 4/30ths. Whereas over here, the connection was times 6. 5 times 6 is 30. So the top connection needs to be times 6 as well. 2 times 6 is 12. So that's become 12/30ths. Now, don't forget, you're not making these fractions, but you might be making the individual numbers bigger, but you're not making the fractions bigger. You're actually making equivalent fractions. 2/15ths is equivalent to 4/30ths. In other words, it's equal to 4/30ths, and 2/5 is equal to 12/30ths. So what you can do now is you can cross out the original fractions and just use the new equivalent fraction now. Now they're all out of 30. It's very, very easy to say which one's the smallest. It's 4/30ths versus 12/30ths versus 2/30ths. So the smallest one is going to be this 2/30ths. So 2/30ths, most definitely the smallest. Tick that one off. Now you've got 4 or 12/30ths. 4/30ths is the next smallest, but you should really, this is you working out this 4/30ths. When you write them in order, you should write the original fraction that it came from. So 4/30ths definitely comes next, but that originally came from 2/15ths. So I'm going to write 2/15ths next. Then that's that one done. Then the biggest is 12/30ths. 12/30ths came from the 2/5ths. So that is actually the biggest. So it's 2/30ths, then 4/30ths, then 12/30ths. And if you use the original fractions, it gives 2/30ths, 2/15ths, 2/5ths. And that is your correct order. But you must try and find a common denominator.